Alright. Hopefully this works just like first try. Yeah, but somebody said this is the big leagues, we are interested in you on YouTube. Silly. Silly, silly. Alright, we are live on YouTube. It actually did work, like almost first try. Yeah, but somebody said this is the cool. How cool is that? Alright, so while that is doing its thing, and making sure it's working, let me do my studio. Cool. All right, so I think we're live. We're online. What are my thoughts on the Lambo or the Stang? Um, sets. What's up, Hunter of Vikings? Just responding to a quick message here. Sometimes things work on YouTube and sometimes they don't. This time it did right away, so I wasn't quite prepared. But I'm starting up iRacing Arcade. Live in the Tucson area. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Starting to get hot already, sadly. Just uploading some setups to my friend here, so iRacing Arcade starts up. Older. And then Mustang. Mustang. Copy that. Oh, they're already there? Okay, who's already there? Okay, cool. NASCAR 25. Yes. Do you have NASCAR 25? I've got that on PlayStation 5 though. won't my iPad bring up the stream here? Whatever. I don't need to do it that way anyways, actually. The category entertainment. I don't know if it's better to say gaming or entertainment. Alright, we're gonna hop into career mode here. And it looks like we're doing the pilot challenge here at Sugar Hill. Yeah, NASCAR 25, I actually enjoy it. But honestly, I just don't play it as much. So I think for this one we want, let's do tire sauce and engine power for an increased boost, and then for the other race we'll use the other boosts. NASCAR 25 though I think is a really solid game, but I have iRacing. I mean, I could just play iRacing, and I'm pretty good at iRacing, so it's not like I'm not good at iRacing, so it's like, I should play something else. No, we just play iRacing. Right. So a good start here. We've got the tire sauce, so we've got to make extra good use of this first lap. These tires are absolutely helping us out through these hairpins. It's very important. Through those hairpins. I think this track is actually kind of hard to pass at. You have all of these tight hairpins and the AI will just force you off. It's like just running into me right there. Oh no, I ran way wide here. Okay, lap 2 complete. This is just round 1 of this championship, so we want to do well in this first race, but there's not much more context than that. With it being 5 laps, so I have some time here. And missing the apex of the final corner, and Molina just, damn, runs me over. Just trying to keep up with this pack. Plenty of slipstream here. We're in the main group. A little bit of contact. Moving Elaine out of the way. Door to door, 3 wide through the S's. Mark forces us off. Ooh, what a move by Mark. He gets by Elaine. Now we're on the outside. We were completely forced off the track there. Elaine runs into the back of us, but she gets a slowdown penalty, and coming out of the final corner, we will finish in 6th. So that's cool. We'll take it. Am I allowed to have one thing popped out at a time? I'd only be able to have one thing popped out at a time. Like tab? A window? Yeah, just one thing at a time. That's okay. Alright, so now we go to not kill. Now in this one here, Song is our championship leader for the endurance race. I'm not sure if we're going to need to make a pit stop here, but I do want to try to win this championship. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves some bonuses here as well. Typically in this championship, we don't have any bonuses, or we have reduced bonuses. This time we saved the better ones for this race. So, of course, with the reverse grid due to championship order. Starting in 11th and Song right behind us. But this car should be bad fast because there's so much slipstream to be had. And we'll see what the fuel looks like. We've got ourselves just about enough, yeah, to do this without stopping. Very important to not get shoved off into the gravel around here. It's happened quite a few times. We're just way faster than everybody else. Just barely enough room here. Oh, almost got turned. We're finally into the lead. RDR, Red Dead Redemption, I assume? Yes. Actually, well, not the original one, but RDR 2, yes. I think RDR 2 is a really good game, but I didn't actually finish the game. And maybe that's something that I should go back and finish, but... Anyways, we're just kind of leaving everybody behind. I see somebody came into pit. That seems odd. Alright, we've got one guy that's keeping up with us here, Alexandros. Song, I can't really tell. There are a couple other cars that are coming into pit. I don't think we should be pitting here. When we come back around, we'll see. But we got 6.2. Yeah, so we're not coming in. Unless for some reason we have to manage our fuel. Like half the field has come in. So it looks like Song was having a really bad race. But now if Song doesn't pit and everyone else does, he may still finish really well. Let's see. Y'all stay out behind us. My nose is just itchy for some reason right now. But I'm not getting it. Fortunately, I'm still itching. Song up to third. Just really try to get it. Alright. So we have 4 laps to go. We have basically exactly the right amount of fuel. Tire wear, not a thing. just looking behind. We've left Alexandros in the dust. Yeah, we may need to save just a little bit. I wasn't paying attention there. Up 2.1. 2.0. A little bit of fuel saving. Looks like Song is not really challenging for second. He's actually being hounded by Nadine. So this is going to really help our championship and set up possibly a duel in that final race. We come to the white flag with the exact amount of fuel necessary. Can't believe I'm fuel saving in iRacing Arcade. Coming around. Oh. Are we gonna make it up the hill? Yes, we are. Just barely. We take home the win. And we're still second in the standings, but now we're going to be very, very close after a wonderful performance at Knock Hill. So where are we? Points-wise? 4 points down on Song. 4 points down. That means if I win and he finishes second, we tie? Possibly, or even maybe it depends on the fastest lap. We'll see. Alright, so race week 5. I'm gonna go ahead and make our team HQ. Team is growing. Now that you can hire drivers, you can assign a hired driver to race in a single race series for that season. Oh, cool. So where do I go to do that? Edit drivers? Nope, that's just me. Yeah, we can buy ourselves a new suit. I'm gonna wait on that. I want a driver. How do I get a driver? All right. I'm gonna be honest. I like the boosts. And maybe I should use them for these 5-lap races. But for the next one, for the endurance race, which appears to be at Mexico, I'm not going to. I'm not going to use them. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use these two, the tire saw, since it's a shorter race. And then the other one that I chose will just be a general engine boost when we get overtaken. We get an incredible launch with the tire sauce. Just like that, we're already battling for 4th. Whoops. I try not to run the AI off of the road. I try to race fairly, but I do believe this game is only on PC at this moment. It will be releasing to console later, kind of like with NASCAR 25, but in the opposite direction, opposite order. But just PC only for now. And it was supposed to release actually in fall of last year on PC and then on console around this time, but I guess it got delayed pretty significantly, and that's why it's only just now releasing. Alright, so we retake the lead on Sabrina, but this game, you happen to have a PC, it doesn't seem to be too demanding. And then you can just plug in your console controller and you can play right away. So I'm just using my PlayStation 5 controller here. You don't need a wheel. In fact, it doesn't even work with a wheel. So if you were to use a wheel or intend to, yeah, it doesn't even recognize it, so. Hopefully when it does come out for console, they have some features that would be greatly needed in a game like this, such as split screen. It doesn't even have a split screen. Like, I could see this game competing with, like, Mario Kart. Because for me, which one would I choose, right? Mario Kart? Sometimes that's better than something like this. Sometimes maybe Mario Kart's not that exciting and you want licensed car and track and, you know, less of the nonsense power-ups. Then I could play this instead. But if I have a friend over, which sometimes does happen, we don't have split screen, so we would have to play Mario Kart. We wouldn't get to, you know, choose. Forza? I've never purchased Forza. That was a pretty easy win. Forza, not Warzone. Oh, I see. Missed a message. I have a wheel for my Xbox. I put World of Outlaws. And that's funny. I'll also play Warzone on it. I've seen people play, like, Grand Theft Auto with a wheel. So I guess Warzone would be possible. Or maybe I've seen people play Warzone with the wheel, right? I guess you could. They just do the driving. Just drive troops around. Alrighty, so stage 6 of 6 for the IMSA Endurance version of the Pilot Challenge. So 4-point gap to Song. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a shot with no power-ups. Because I feel like the power-ups last time cheapened the race. Now these licensed circuits, the corners of course all go in the right direction, but the straights are usually very, very short. We'll see how this main straight plays out. Yeah, that is such a short straight. Oh my goodness. Compared to the real one, at least. Chicanes are kind of tricky in this game. Oh, Song trying to get by. Unfortunately, couldn't drive right through us. Yeah, be the Uber for the team. Wow, I really cut that bad. The slowdown didn't hurt us because it was a very slow section. Now Song up the inside. He's going to take the position. Now, I'm not worried about anybody else in this race. It's really only Song that we're worried about. Okay, I've got to stop cheating. We're going to finish very poorly at this rate. I keep cheating. Runes off. And I've got to keep up with these guys because if I don't, it's going to make it very difficult to catch up. The slipstream is like on the F1 games, it's like DRS really. DRS trains. Song up to 7th. now back down fighting for 8th as Song. So we are just about caught up. Those other cars get that slowdown penalty. We're right behind them. Just for the championship. Oh, that's a hard hit. The dice okay. Alright, 3 laps complete. I'm a little far back. So we're not getting slipstream. At least not that I can tell. Oh, Tino cheating. So Song and I were just working our way through the field. Made a couple of mistakes earlier. Maybe without those corner cutting penalties, I'd be further up. Oh, now Song gets one. I don't think that this is going to be enough for the championship lead. Oh no. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. Gotta keep the car on the track. Oh, Nadine. Don't do that. Whoa. I didn't think we'd get there in time. We kind of forced them off. I probably should give the place back, but I'm not going to. I'm a scumbag. Imagine if you could play Warzone with the wheel by shooting people with it. I'm not sure how that would really work. Maybe the downshift paddle is to aim, the upshift paddle to shoot. But looking around and running would be awkward. Although, Fanatec wheels at least have at least one. Let's pit here. Okay, make sure we get enough fuel in the car. We got exactly the right amount. Cool. That was a quick pit stop. That was good. That was very good. I should say, my Fanatec wheels have one joystick that supposedly works like a mouse cursor, but I don't use it like that. Never set it up to work like that. But really good pit stop. And if we can catch up to Naoto, we can get ourselves some slipstream, and that may help us out. I noticed that our championship rival went around for another lap. I think, nope, Song is boxed. We're well ahead of Song, aren't we? That was a mistake. We're up into third. Dude, stop cheating. Okay, we gotta lock back in. Melina running away with this one. Song's all the way at last. Why? What's he doing way back there? We get a really good run. Song up to 10th. Right now, we would be the championship leader. We would win the championship if things remained as they are. I like this circuit. Some of them I'm not so sure if I like in the cartoonish fashion, but this one turned out really well. Like, this turned out extremely well. Okay, let's check again. Song working his way up. He's into ninth. Okay, 2 laps to go at the line. Are we catching Molina? I don't really think so. Can't really tell. Haley's keeping up with us, though. Where's Song? Still in ninth. Is there multiplayer? There is. But it's not like matchmaking. You have to join like private servers. Hopefully that'll change and they'll add some matchmaking. But it's not like Mario Kart where you can just, you know, join like a ranked server with random people. It's got to be private. Now, unfortunately, we've run out of time in order to win this race, but we checked one last time. Song is up to 7th. It's not going to be enough. We are going to win the IMSA Endurance Championship. Just like that. We had the perfect amount of fuel at the line. But we improve our series standing from 2 to 1. Not a bad race at all. Came up 4/10 short to win the race, but we absolutely crush it by 4 points, stealing the title from Song. Very well done. Yeah. I gotta sneeze. Sheesh. Alright, so there we go. We have won the championship. And it gives a bunch of mission completes, you could say. Alright, so we'll go to race week. Well, I guess manage week first. And then let's... How do I can go to the garage, edit drivers, I can edit me. I can buy a car. Which, after winning that championship, we could buy 2 of these. I'm excited to see what these cars will be like. The Formula 4 I haven't had a chance to race yet. Alright, let's just hit start race week. I don't really know what it wants me to do here. Race week 7. Generated the boosts. Cool. Oh, Porsche Cup. Hey, Baba. Alright. We'll do the IMSA challenge. Yeah. It wants me to race this one. Maybe for future series I can put in a different driver. I'm not going to use any boost though the rest of the way. Alright, lights out and away we go. Now, Imola in this cartooned world is kind of difficult, but at least it was the first time. But I've gotten better at the game. Just because, like, this chicane's kind of tight. You have this hairpin. That wasn't too bad. So since we're in the lead of this championship, we're starting 12th. Yeah, because of all the chicanes, it's kind of hard to make up some positions. Ooh, they go wide at the final corner, and now we are through up to 7th. So pretty good first lap overall. And run down to turn 1. Catches us up to Sabrina. We go almost 3 wide. So much understeer, and Jesus. We just get slammed off. Back down to 10th. So all that hard work undone. We'll get back by. I haven't tried the multiplayer, so maybe I should give that a shot. I should also stay on the road. Alright, lap 2 complete. Now down to 9th. But with a little bit of luck, maybe we can get back up there before the end of this next lap. Oh, into the hairpin. They all fan out. Did not want to be on the outside because that's where we got screwed last time. Back up to 7th now. Yeah, go. Got to the inside. Into this final corner. Or couple of corners, I guess. Although it really feels like just one. We pick up that position, so now just outside the podium. 2 laps to go. The inside of Mark, heavy contacts, and Naoto will take the position away. Sorry, Mark. Now Steve, giving us a push, and lunge up the inside. We're back through. Into 3rd. We're going to have 1 lap to catch the 2 up ahead. Try to win this race. I think we can do it. Oh yeah. I think they're lifting or something. They're definitely losing time. And we get stuck on Sabrina. The physics, unfortunately, with the contact is not good in this game. I will just go ahead and say it. It's not bad most of the time. But situations like that happen very often where you get stuck on the car head. Or they can get stuck to you. Like Naoto just kind of did. Alright. So it looks like we're going to finish 4th instead. They're getting stuck on Sabrina. 4th it is. That's okay. We don't want to win all the races all the time. Not bad. Our series standing has dropped, though. Who is the new leader of the championship? It is Jelena. Jelena up by 7 points with that performance. So she had a very strong finish. Much stronger than ours. I just realized something. I didn't know. I can buy this car now, yeah? Okay, so we have the Porsche. Necessary for the Porsche Cup. I can send a driver for this, but why would I want to do that? Let's go try out our new race car. Our new Porsche 911. Barber Motorsports Park. I do like that they have included some circuits from iRacing that maybe aren't that popular. Such as Barber. Oscherslieben's another one. Now let's see how... Ooh, we actually have to brake with these cars. Sick. Oh wow, 3 cars off and they were taking a little while to get that sorted. This car is fast. All right, so we are in ninth after lap 1. Ooh, hard hit with Kenny. Sorry, Kenny. Ow, and Naoto is right there to scoop up the position, so we drop down to 10th. This being a 6-lap race, we've got some time. These cars are definitely more squirrely and challenging than the touring cars and the Fiats. Marta, Jesus, you didn't have to do all that, Marta. You're doing too much. Now Liu giving me a tap, pushing me through the chicane. Nadia runs wide, letting her rejoin. It's almost like this version of Barber is like to scale. Everything feels right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Liu, that's not necessary. Tried to get the elbows out once again and actually just cost us position to Nadia. So this is going to be a challenging championship. Those guys up there are bad fast. Two laps to go. Do ourselves as much of a favor as it possibly can. Score as many points as we can. It's a six-round championship. We don't necessarily have to win it just yet. Marta. Nadia seems to be rather quick because we're catching Naoto. Oh, for fuck's sake, Marta. A good lunge. Moving me out of the way. And now Marta's bad driving moves us up to 9th. Hopefully we can hold on to it, though. She's still lurking. Ooh, could have tagged us in the right rear. Survive. And we're gonna finish in 9th. Not bad. It even says, not bad. So it looks like Marta had the fastest lap. 36.0. We had a 37.3 basically. So it looks like fast lap's worth 1 point. Generated some boosts for us. Good. All right, stage 404. Jelena is in the lead by 7 points. This one's gonna be a difficult one to win. This championship. We'll give it a shot. We will give it a shot. Good old knock hill, and we're back into the touring cars. Any future touring car championships, I will absolutely put in a hired driver. But these races aren't bad. I think last time we were here, we used some boosts, and it was a 12-lap race. that we won pretty convincingly. Ah, okay. Up to 7th. Seems to me like we gain a lot of time through the final corner, even without them acting a fool. Up the inside of Molina, contact. We survive, but I think Molina got a penalty. Batting with Camille for 5th. Still on my right rear, and now we get a penalty. So it goes around. Up the inside of Mark, though, into the final corner. We're able to get through, but he gives us a shove on exit. Where is... Jelina's in dead last, so we might be the champion of this championship as well. We gotta help ourselves out by getting another position or 2. Because, wow, Jelina, just like that, moves up, battling just behind us. Giving it all we got. But I don't think it's going to be enough. We're coming to the final turn. Trying to get by, but we can't even force it away. Jelina is going to finish just behind us from last to 7th in the span of like 1 corner, it seemed. We're going to bring it home in 2nd in the championship. And look how close it was for 2nd, actually. Mark just ahead of us on the track and 1 point behind us in the championship. I'll take P2 though. It's pretty solid. And now we'll go to Imola for the Porsche Cup Series. Ninth place last championship, or last race, rather. So we'll start 3rd. And away we go. We get a good launch. Yeah, this is gonna be wild. Oh, we're getting hit hard. And just like that, we're already off the circuit. Most of this track in the touring cars is flat out. So just trying to adapt to these cars, and I keep getting hit. So it's kind of hard to get used to them. I'm just getting pushed through every corner. Go, car, go, go, go. They're battling here for 7th. Kenny? No? Oh, got really sideways on that bounce. Kenji cuts, so we get that position back, but Gracie is running away with 7th. As long as we don't get those slowdown penalties, definitely cut those corners up against the bollard, basically. Ooh, that's a hell of a cut. Sorry. Try not to drive like a terrorist, you know? Alright, halfway through the race, we're in 7th. I'm not trying to rough up Gabrielle, but if we get to Marta, definitely don't mind forcing her off the track. Oh no, I Messed up. I really messed up. Jeez, hard hits. That was just a plain mistake. Oh well. This could have been a really good finish. Now we're getting hit by Gracie and now Kenji. Kenji's pushing me through these corners. Good God. Force him off the track. Gracie, come on. Little eye for an eye situation. Hopefully next round goes much better, but we had some offings in this one. One that was absolutely my fault, and one that I don't claim as my fault. Just have to get used to the physics of the faster car, which seems like we are. This one has a tendency to bounce a little bit more over some of these curbs. So we're going to finish this one in 11th, but only barely. Not a good race. Not a good race at all. That happens. Sometimes you have bad races. Our best lap was only half a second off of the fastest time, but we moved down to 6th or 12th in the championship with 6 points. That was not very good. Not very good. Alright, we'll move on to the next race week. Again, we'll just hit start race week because what do I care? And let's see what our options are. We're not using these generated boosts. We don't need them. It's the Formula Junior Cup. I'm going to send a driver here. How does this work exactly? Like, let's go over Isabella Ignition. We're really hiring a driver in a rental car. It looks like she dominated though. Okay. So she will lead the championship. That cost us money. We didn't even profit. So I'll buy the car for next race. Alright, Porsche Cup time. Still not using any power-ups. But now we head to Maple Ridge. And we are first on the grid. Damn. Gotta get through this corner specifically. So the AI definitely run wide and just run you off the road. Mainly because they can't stay on the road themselves. I drove that like I forgot where I was going. Now with these reverse grids, they absolutely help me out. The moment you get stuck in the middle of the pack, it definitely becomes difficult to work your way back up to the front. I'm surprised we're doing so well here. These cars seem pretty fragile, by the way. 94 health after that. Flat out through turn 1. Little tap of the brakes there. Kind of coasting more than anything else, but definitely can use some brakes for these tighter corners. Oh, that's unfortunate. Cyrus getting into us and lots of contact now. And we're halfway there. Marta again. Giving us some trouble side by side. Nadia will take the position. This is constant wheel to wheel, constant combat. 2 laps remain. The podium here would be really sick. Leela Naoto running away with the lead. So we have to deal with all this pressure and no slipstream of any kind. Nadia able to get to the inside, but not able to take the position just quite yet. Jeez, and Cyrus with basically a switch over. Oh, let's go around the outside. We hold the position. And just one more corner to go. And we're going to actually land on the podium in the Porsche Cup Series. How exciting is that? We've improved our series standing. We are no longer in last place. Move us up. The big finish there. We're still 30 points down to Leela, who's in the championship lead, but still. We unlocked a touring car trophy just now. Didn't we already? When did we get that? Alright, so let's go ahead and just take a look at what we can do. We can upgrade our garage. I assume we're just adding new things, but maybe we want to demolish some things? I don't know. Alright, start the race week, because I just spent all our money. Okay, Formula Junior Cup. We'll go ahead and send our driver. Since we now own the car, we should get the full profit. But I think we're paying her, how much was it? Like $3 grand? And a win will pay us $1 grand. So there she goes. She wins yet again. And we did profit. I don't understand. Is the 3,000 that you spend the higher than for the whole season, or that's not a per race thing then? What we're saying is for the whole season. Here we go. At, not Watkins Glen. Big lunge. Kenji. Somehow we made that work without having too big of an accident. Back up the second. Liu driving away from the field, though. So we got to catch up. Yeah, that corner's a little tricky. For this game standards, at least, yeah. Just cut turn one badly. Gabrielle, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Kind of forced her off. Ooh, I hear, oh my goodness. Huge impact. And again, I've screwed this corner again. Oh, man. All right, we're just passing halfway. We're getting forced off. Okay. Fortunately, this one's turned into a shit show. Like, Marta, that's not necessary. Why are you hitting me into the corner? And then we get stuck. It's like now we're just going off the track. We didn't have to do any of that. Gotta work our way back up there, so force Kenny off. I thought we had turned a corner in our Porsche Cup Championship career. Oh, not really. Damn it. Alright, we'll finish last. This was not a good performance. It happens. But, that was set to be a really good race. And I just let it get away from us. I'm gonna drop down to 11th. Alright, we'll go ahead and move on to the next race week. And when I look at the calendar here, it does actually show kind of what's coming up, or what could be coming up next. So the FIA Formula 4 Challenge, if we can hit level 11, it says, I think. It doesn't say. For these other ones, it does say, though, that we could potentially run those championships. So we shall see. Oh, they're not on the schedule this season. The Formula Junior Endurance is. All right, so Knock Hill, we'll go ahead and send our driver once again. And Isabella just immediately works her way up to the lead of the race and wins it. So again, that gives us a small profit. That will take our Porsche Cup car down to the Middle East, where nothing interesting is going on these days. Alright, so we're in second. Immediately run over Kenny into turn one. This one has a lot of tight corners, so if the field does get spread out, it's not bad. Until then, though. Like the touring car endurance race that I did here, the field did get spread out after a few laps, and it was not bad. Those first few laps were just terrible because of these tight corners. Definitely going to get ran over. I like that section, though. That felt pretty good. We're in deep. All right, so we're up to 5th. Or down to 5th. I don't know. I always think of myself as like running in almost last place. Or relative to the championship standings, I guess. Wow. Can you actually use that as like the track? They also didn't get a time penalty. Gracie didn't either. Just kind of move Gracie out of the way. The AI, they do not hesitate to move you back. Championship leader Leela right behind us, and Cyrus, who's in 2nd in the championship, right behind her. Nice. Nice move, Cyrus. Now we're down to 10th. Oh my goodness. The slowdown, though, it doesn't really hurt you in slow speed sections like that. It's okay. We're on the hardest difficulty with no boost, so I guess it makes sense that we're way the hell back here, but... This is disappointing. It seems like when things go a little bit wrong, I can't recover. Jesus, Marta. Nice lunge by Gracie, but she cheated. Hit with a slowdown. And this is for last place. Shoving me through the final corner. Put her in the wall. Nearly managed to hold off onto 11. Okay, well, our series standing drops even further. Yeah, it seems like as soon as something goes wrong, we're just straight cooked. Even though like our fastest lap, Kenny wins the race. We were only half a second slower than him. Damn, we're dead last in the championship though, so it cannot get worse than this. Okay, oops, start race week for me, please. Okay, so the Formula Cup, we send Isabella one last time, and honestly, I feel like she can sit this one out, and she'd still win. The championship at least, but Elaine is actually going to win the race. So with that, Isabella does win the championship. She doubled up the field. It's insane. All right, so as we end week 12, go to Sachsenring. Here we go. Okay. Just like that, from 1st to 10th. Now the second half of the lap, the touring cars was pretty much all flat out. Maybe even that corner was flat. There's Leela. Wow. Liu and Naoto running very wide. Trying to navigate turn 1. All this contact. Not bad. We're in 5th. Gabrielle kind of trying to nose her way in. And now Leela, championship leader. Nice, that's wonderful. Shoves us off. Now we're back here again with Marta. And Gabrielle. Now Cyrus is running away actually with this championship. Yep, okay, that corner's still flat out in these cars. Oh, I messed this up. Jeez, I mean, they just hit you right back. And now Leela making up some ground. She's got to catch and maybe even pass Cyrus. I'm not sure, actually. She gets by Liu, so that was a huge overtake for her. Try to be patient, but just keep getting hit by other cars. Now Gabrielle is able to get away. Closing the door on Kenji. Closing the door on Naoto. Oh, but Naoto hooks us. It's only fair. I'm letting my frustration get to me. Just a little bit. Like, can we just have a normal lap? Or no? Is Kenji... Are we smoking? Our cars are really damaged? We barely had enough fuel for this race, by the way. Half a lap remains at the line. We finished 11th. Not a good race at all. Obviously, I think we got to take better care of our car. But we have completed the Porsche Cup. Not well, so we can go ahead and just get rid of this. Get that off of my screen. Finishing in last place. We get a prize of crocklet milk. That was ridiculous. Alright, so week 12, we will move to week 13. And it's the Formula Junior Endurance Series this week. So we'll go ahead and race this. This should be fun. This should be a lot of fun. Hopefully. These cars are rather quick, but the contact, the way the contact works, they seem to be extra sticky. They are very fast. Immediately running into Sarah. My apologies. These cars are wide as well. Like they're rather large. That guy get airtime? Okay, they both cut the corner. Move us up to 8th. We got to keep up with Victor. Victor's on his own as well, so we got to catch up to him and then catch up to the group ahead. We have 7 laps of fuel, so we'll be coming in around halfway. Haley having to serve a significant time penalty. Wow. Nice driving by Nitha. Nitha? And we've kept up with Victor, even caught him. Three wide into turn 1. Through a block pass. They run right into the back of you, then they cut the corner, and you get the pass anyways. Obviously, it's like kind of sloppy driving from me, but... Well, now we get some peace and quiet, thankfully. Nobody really to bother us. Nobody to slipstream on either. So, that's a double-edged sword. At least we have plenty of time to catch. And these pit stops, maybe we have a really good one. So I've noticed sometimes the AI, they don't have quick pit stops. So, oh, wow. I got hit doubly there. That was silly of me. So 3 laps of fuel remain. I believe the pit window is open. Nadia having a moment. Bringing the battle for 5th to us, but Kaylee up are inside. I think car condition matters. Whoops. We just have quite a bit of contact there and lose some car health. We're gonna pit this lap though. Not sure how much the tires matter. All right, let's come on in. Almost ran him over. Barely got it stopped in time. Okay, I think we were stationary for a little too long. Yeah, we only needed 6 laps of fuel, but we took an extra lap. Just to be safe. Just to be safe, we got an extra lap. So Liu makes a mistake cutting that corner. So we were racing earlier. A couple of cars. Nope, nobody else on pit road. So this is it. This week 13 event. Oh, and actually, I didn't realize coming into pit healed my car, so they fixed the damage. So those pit stops very valuable for that as well, it looks like. Now we've caught up to Nadia and Kaylee with 4 laps to go. The leaders long gone, so we're racing for maybe a podium if Daisuke has some bad luck. And if we can keep up. Nadia cutting the corner. Very aggressive move from her. Didn't work out. Bit clumsy if you ask me. Now hopefully into turn 1 we'll have a go on Kaylee, and then maybe we can work with Kaylee. Catch Daisuke. Jump out of the slipstream. Look at Liu. And Liu's gonna cut the corner. Both of them do, actually. That's silly. The leaders are miles down the road. All right, 2 laps to go at the line. I think the leaders could come in, change tires, and still be out ahead of us. We're all alone. Unfortunately, as we will come to the white flag. Whoops. Pay attention to where you're going, please. Watching the track map. Looks like Marta and Debbie trading the lead. So it's almost like they're working together. And it's Marta that's going to win the race. Daisuke will take third. Sorry, Debbie takes second. And we will finish in 4th. Part of me thinks if we have a slightly faster pit stop, maybe we are there. Hey Max, how's it going? I apologize, I missed your message. I don't have it set up so that I don't have like Race Labs overlay. So apologies. Missed your message. Yeah, we are having a good time with arcade, actually. Even though we're kind of struggling with like the Porsche Cup cars, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do, it's relatively fun. It's not bad. So it's interesting how they have it set up. So you have seasons, just like in iRacing. So it gives you 12 weeks, and then it gives you a kind of unique week 13, where it's just the one race. So you go through these little challenges and kind of work your way through. But the truth is you're not really working your way through anything. Because, well, no matter how well you do, it's always going to unlock the next series. So, we have the Fiat 500 challenge here. We don't have to necessarily run this. We can send a driver. So I will do that. I'm going to send Velocity to run this one. So we'll see how Michael Beeline does. And looks like Michael is going to finish third for us in this one. So good start. The IMSA Pilot Endurance, I don't know if they're just going to make it. Yes, exactly. No challenge to it. Okay, I don't want to race a rental. I do want to purchase this car. Alright, first time driving the Formula 4 around Lime Rock Park. Now you do get these boosts that you can use. These boosts, they make a significant difference. So I've stopped using them already. And just leaving the car as natural. But yeah, in my first season, I was really, really bad. Because I immediately turned it up to max difficulty. And yeah, I was just really, really bad. But I still progressed through the championships. And like, what's the point? I'm not doing well. Here we go. This is the first time with the Formula 4 around Lime Rock. Now, Max, did you try the Lamborghini and the Mustang at Miami? Like, did you give those a shot? Because the Lamborghini oftentimes is a really good choice, but I don't know how it is with those curbs. Which is why I wasn't like super comfortable with the Porsche. I didn't really care for the curbs too much. And then the Mustang, I think typically, at this point, the Mustang is kind of like a safe choice to be the best car. And I think, again, it's really good at Miami. It's really good everywhere. I noticed the Lamborghini does really, really well for events that get BOP. But if it's not BOP, the Lamborghini sometimes is more trouble than it's worth. Like all of like the super, super fast, like 10K, 11K guys were using the Lamborghini for like Daytona. Even though like the Porsche was the car of choice or for the common folk. Alright, we're already on the final lap. We're battling hard in the midfield. This car isn't too difficult to get along with, so a pretty quick learning phase. Helen hard into the barrier. That'll promote us to 7th, and that is where we're going to finish. P7. Haven't had time, but Mustang could be a good fallback. It sure can. The Mustang isn't bad at all. It's typically very good in those long, high-speed corners as well, where it's very stable. But I would have to practice it. I have to get used to it. Okay, so I can't send a driver for these. I've got to run this race. I will run this race. But After this, I might actually just play iRacing because I feel like I've done this exact same race 3 times already. So 12 lapper around Sachsenring, a very fun race track for sure, even in this cartoonish world. But if you don't have the slipstream, you get left behind. We're already kind of far off from Marta. But I'm sure we'll catch through these final 2 corners. Which are completely flat out in this car. The turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 complex. It's where the AI can get a little crazy. Okay, let's pretend I didn't do that. It's worst time to be cutting the corner. iRacing Arcade. I think they knocked it out of the park just about with the visuals, the scale, the handling, like the gameplay portion, you could say. I think the car physics are really good, but the contact physics maybe need some work. The AI could definitely use a little bit of tweaking as well because, you know, they do cause a lot of mayhem. I want to say these cars could use a higher top end speed for sections like these. They stop accelerating too soon. So you end up just waiting for the next corner basically. And then once you get there, you don't have to brake or anything. I think there's some tweaks that they could make, but at the end of the day, this is the touring car. This is the second car that you would unlock. I guess it's meant to be really easy. Yeah, the Mustang, I will try that right after this. Let's see what it's like. Some of the nerfing that they've tried to do to that car, I think, has actually just taken away some of the detail that you feel through the wheel. So I'm forcing my way through. So the in-hand feel of the Mustang, I've never really been a fan of. At least since its dominance. Like when it started to dominate a couple seasons ago, they started to try to take some of it advantage away, and really it just made the handling slightly worse, but the feel of the car like quite a bit worse. So gotta get used to that lack of sensation. All right, we're gonna pit at the end of this lap. What a switchback. That was lovely. It's Sunwind almost gets us back. And after all of this, we are right up in the fight for the lead. Abdul going for a move. They are side by side, which means they're not getting the slipstream. Okay, here we go. We're coming into pit. Okay, make sure we get enough fuel in the car. We need 6 laps worth. Cool, 6.2. I have driven away without getting the full fuel in the past. Really important to not do that here. Yeah, this portion right here is just kind of a letdown. You're just like, dude, there's so much, like, there's nothing there. And there's everybody on pit road. We're coming down to take the lead. You know, if you can get the right sides on that curb, it really does all the work for you. I'll try the Mustang in a little bit. And then I'm going to try to race as well, but we'll see. I think Miami is like a lower participation track. Or medium, maybe. So I want to make sure I'm on my best behavior and up to speed before I go out there. I might be risking quite a bit of rating. Season schedule? I haven't been paying attention. I guess not. I haven't seen anything. The only thing that they've done, or that I've seen, I guess, is they put out that week 13 will have more championships, more official championships. But I'm not even sure if that had a schedule. I haven't really been following much at all. I know they're adding St. Petersburg, right? We're getting a couple new tracks or just one? I don't even know what's coming up. I saw their patch notes, or not patch notes, but I guess release notes. I kind of forgot what all was in there, but there were a lot of tweaks and improvements. So I mean, I could tell that they're hard at work. Yeah, some updates to some tracks. I think like one of them that I saw was like Barber, if I remember correctly, and tracks like Barber are pretty much only in iRacing. They might be in some other games, but like Barber is pretty much only in iRacing, and it is very dated. Like it can absolutely use an update. I'm glad it's getting some love. Sebring. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sebring. Just in time for the big race. I've noticed that recently. They're kind of working on tracks based off of the special event calendar. With the updates they did to the Daytona road course just before the 24 hours, the GTPs as well, getting those out, a new tire model, and now Sebring just before the 12 hours. Alright, so we've been in the lead ever since the pit stop, but now we have company from Abdul. With all of this being flat out, make sure we have the inside line, and this should be a piece of cake. Although, he's very close. He's going to go. Get to our left rear. It's not enough. We will win round 1 of this championship. Start last, finish first. That was a pretty good conclusion to that race. We'll take P1. Cool. Love to see it. All right, end the race week. Yeah, so you can manage your facilities. I've seen some screenshots that look pretty cool. But honestly, they give you boosts to your car, and I just won that race with no boosts. So currently, I mean, I think the updates or the the things that you can get not as exciting. So the manage portion of the game, like I'm not even managing anything. You don't have to manage your cars or nothing. Adelaide worth getting. What's this? Oh, cool. Well, it's definitely opinion, suppose. I was surprised Adelaide wasn't as popular as I thought it would be. If you ask me, I think it is worth getting, but it is, relatively speaking, low participation. Actually, quite low. Oops, like knocking things over. Yeah, I think it is. I think Adelaide is worth getting. But if you look at the results of like the GT3 Sprint series when it was there. Oh, I just opened up iRacing Arcade again like a dummy. Play that anymore. When you look at the GT3 Sprint series results, I think you'll see the participation wasn't that exciting. So, it was kind of surprising to me to see such low participation there. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Actually, while I'm gone, 3 o'clock. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load into an iRacing IMSA Sprint Series Soiva and go ahead and give me the Mustang. So I'll let that load and I will be Earned. Sure. Stream to say regular iRacing's arcade. Stream to say regular iRacing. Okay. Look at my phone too. Falling over. Other things to update here. It would look normal. Okay. Save. I don't even know if that's saved. Alright, so we have the Ford Mustang. I'm just in a sprint session, so lap times won't be perfectly comparable here. But it does seem to be quite warm in this session. 55.6, the fastest time, set by an Aston Martin. The frame rate's really choppy. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna kill the YouTube.